Hello, it's your boy PokeWest here with another video, and last time...
Mario, Todd, and Dukins are having an anime battle, but they end up destroying Peach's castle, and due to Weed becoming shown up to the problem, Peach had banned anime and joined the ASS. But if they tweet a group of people who made sure no one had a retweet a saying anime, because some people joined the anime cartel to sell illegal anime, and Mario and Dukins joined the anime cartel. Inducing the anime camp, so Friendship sends them on a mission to help Psycho lead the kingdom and go to Japan. Cause since she is anime and anime is Dan, she is also Dan. The Mario is supposed to say that. Meanwhile, in Japan, as before, Psycho, Dukins, Dog, meet Axel, a famous manga artist. Once Axel wanted up the anime Dan in the Northern Kingdom, he agreed to help unban anime by showing the wonders of anime. Oh yeah, and that's why to get Axel had a to 10 that wanted to doing anime joy. Meanwhile, Becky trained Mario, Luigi, and Toad so they can win soccer. The Nuggy Vital, Desi, and her team sealed their weapon, so they had to get to that. Meanwhile, the unneeded Dutch and Natural Kingdom and one car shot later, and boom! They're all reunited, and all agree on getting the weapon back third and unban anime second. And they separately get the weapon back and throw the unban anime. And it actually works, and they actually made peace a Weed. And then, Axel, with him finishing his mission, leave, and boom! Happy ending. If what I would say, that the final episode in the arc, so...
Wait, if she's able to make a summary of all the arcs in under a month, why can't you make your reviews in under a month? Because, Fighto, shut up. The episode begins with all of our friends in the locker room. They're preparing for a Splatfest. However, SMG4 comes in with sad news. They can't find Meggy, and the game's about to start.
What do we do? We'll be disqualified with only 3 people!
Because of this, they need to find a stand-in for Meggy.
What?
Anyway, Splatfest starts. Desti, however, is confused when she doesn't see Meggy on the field. However, she still fights anyway.
You'll never take me alive!
Oh hey guys, lovely weather we're having.
They try to get Bob to help with the turf war, but...
Bro, I don't even know what a Splatoon is.
It's no use!
Oh. The game does not go good for them, and eventually they call halftime, and Desti team has unfortunately won. My brain is not braining, because I swear to God they lost this. Like, I swear it was... They lost this, and Splatfest was over, but no, it's just they called halftime. It's weird. I thought it went the other way. The others are saddened by their loss. However, it gets worse because they cannot find Meggy at all. She's gone missing. I would say go to the police, but what are they going to do? They still haven't found the forest that I buried Fillion's body when she disappeared from the internet.
I mean, nice weather we're having!
They think about who could have done this.
No!
Anyway, she wants to help because, well, she's mad that she couldn't fight Meggy during their battles since she wants to prove that she is better than Meggy.
Lawfare.
They put their differences aside and go to Meggy's apartment to investigate. Yeah, the place is totally trash, and Boopkins...
Wait. What is that? Oh, I knew it! Guys, look, an anime DVD!
This leads them to believe that it was Axel. However, half of the gang is skeptical, especially Psycho.
Wait, no. No way!
It's not possible! Ah!
No. Excuse me.
Does Maggie even gave him her ink to power up his pen?
Wow! Oh, no!
That's ridiculous. Would someone who likes waifus resort to kidnapping?
This divides the crew, with Desti, Tori, Luigi, and Mario believing that Axel is guilty. Psycho, Boopkins, Bob, and SMG4 believe that he's innocent. So we had the Vanos Snap reference in the end of the last episode, and this one we're having Civil War. Okay.
Mario's gonna kill some bitches.
Bring it on, old man! Bring it on! You're a very bad friend!
Huh?
I'm so sorry for saying that, sorry!
ないで言ってるでしょ勝っちゃったの危ないじゃないせいや科学の力よ何よ男のくせに情けない
They do eventually stop fighting, realizing that it is more important that they go find Meggy than fighting with each other.
Sorry. Excuse me.
You know, I'm starting to believe that theory of a love triangle between Meggy, Desti, and Mario might actually be true. Half the group goes to investigate, while the other half have another plan.
あんただけは許さない
We cut to Meggy, who's in a jail cell. She doesn't seem like she's doing well. Like I said, because the videos became more episodic, I can't really judge them individually, so let's take this time to go into more of the behind the scenes. I gave some snippets of what some of the behind the scenes were for this arc, but let me go into full. So like we said, there was the Boopkins arc and the Splatfest arc. I already mentioned most of the stuff that's happened with the Boopkins arc, but the Splatfest arc had some very interesting ideas. In it, the Inklings were going to be kidnapped halfway through the tournament. And the original plan was apparently to have sharks kidnap the Inklings to eat them, which is very goofy and silly. But then they decided to create Axel as the next villain. But then they were like, well, why does he want the Inklings? And they stumbled until they created Inkweaver, who creates anime characters, and is powered by Inkling Ink. So, then that happens. However, once again, there were still problems until they decided, wait, what if anime takes over everything? Which is what Kevin suggested, and that is what made the anime arc. It's highs and some lows, but we'll get to that. You might be wondering, wait, you said Inklings getting kidnapped, and you'd be right, because the next episode opens with an emergency message to all Inklings. Oh no, they got Heavy Squid! So basically, the Inklings are kinda screwed. The others make it to Inkopolis and see it totally barren. Destiny might be joining the other side, but she is still such a bitch. Glad to see you haven't changed.
I'm looking for Mickey. Okie dokie.
They look around for anyone that could help them find Meggy when...
Watch out!
Oh! Help me!
And the worst part, because this is an anime character, that basically proves Axel was the one to kidnap the Inklings. However, the others still think Axel is innocent, so they went off on their own to find people that can help them. And since the culprit is probably a weeb, there's only one group of people that can help.
But why? Who's gonna help us?
Well, Swag, that should be everything. It's time to move on with our lives.
They try to convince Chris and Swag to join, but they hesitate.
You want us to help you? We are jobless because of you guys.
Yeah. How am I gonna feed my kids now, you dip munchers?
You don't have kids, Swag.
I made some last night with your mom haul.
They then explain that they're looking for a weeb that kidnapped Meggy.
Me do you say? Well, what do you say, Swag?
Man, these guys can't kiss my anus.
Swag, when you joined ASS you made a promise. A promise to save the world from losers obsessed with 2D anime girls. Are you going to break that promise?
You're right.
They eventually agree to join the mission. Backed with the others, the Shirogami kidnaps Desti, but quick thinking from Luigi, they are able to stop him.
Time for you to play.
He drops a map to a place called Anime Island, which they believe is where Meggy is being held. Meggy is being taken through a tunnel when she sees a bunch of Inklings in tubes. The gang reunites to discuss their findings.
Oh man, if they were glowing anime characters, it must have been Axel.
Psycho still believes Axel is innocent, but the others are not really convinced.
Anime boy is guilty as hell.
What?
We want to capture this Axel guy as much as you do. Even though we had our differences in the past, we both want this world to be a safe place.
Chris, I am feeling violated. I like this one.
They need to figure a way to get to Anime Island, but Chris and Swag apparently have a boat.
Wait, Swag, you idiot. We don't own a boat.
Ooh, we got a boat, baby.
My man!
The gang gets ready to set sail. Psycho apologizes for making a big deal about Axel to Desti. After all, he did help her come back to the Mushroom Kingdom. Desti also apologizes for being so much of a jerk.
みんな大丈夫かしら?
I would like to say, I like the characterization that they are giving Desti. Yeah, she's a rival and she's kind of a jerk, but she just wants to prove herself as one of the reigning champions of Splatfest, and she does have respect for Meggy. Even saying that the only reason she's able to call her rival is because she's determined. I like that they're giving characterization to Desti, despite what we're going to be seeing later. Anyway, they're ready to set sail, but...
It's Godzilla!
It looks like Godzilla, but due to international copyright laws, it's not.
Wait, how does Godzilla count as anime? By that logic, you should be able to summon Super Sentai, aka Power Rangers. Anyway, Godzilla kidnaps Desti, and they try to fight him, but it's Godzilla, so he obviously wins. They take Desti away, but they know where he's going.
No! Help! お金も財宝も欲しくない。どうせのバギー最高!
We cut to Meggy on Anime Island. She's being relocated when... Yeah, Axel is locked up too, meaning he's not the one doing all this. So you might be a bit confused. Why did I say Axel was the villain of this arc when he's locked up? Especially because I went into the behind the scenes. Well, actually, I did a very wise trick called lying by omission. While Axel was planned as the original villain, there was a couple problems. Motivation being the main one. That was one of the things that was struggling with all this. Because while they had an idea for Axel as the villain, they still couldn't find motivation. Yeah, he had frustration with the Inklings. He needed them for ink, but is that really enough for a villain? So they went with another person. And the next person would be the greatest bad guy to ever live, and... Crap, it's Francis. Yep, he's the one that stole the pen.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh. Here's a special pen that uses Inkling ink that makes anime real! Oh.
I just wanted to play that clip so you all know that Boopkins caused everything that's about to happen right now. Thanks, Boopkins. You don't know what the hell you just did. Francis believes Axel is unworthy of the pen, so decides to kidnap Axel to steal Inkweaver so he can create an island of waifus. That... really, dude? Touch grass. He then shows Meggy the machine.
Oh, I'm gonna take you to the rice fields tonight! Yes!
A little fight now. I like that.
Who cares about that? Where is Heavy Squid? Meggy is unfortunately the Inkling that has been chosen for the device. Going back to the cast, Tori comes to the realization that they might not get Meggy back, which Psycho tells her not to say things like that, and that they will get her back. And everything will go back to normal. And I'm sure everything will go back to normal.
That's called foreshadowing.
However, Godzilla comes back for round 2, and they once again try to fight him, but once again get their ass kicked. This eventually leads to Tori almost getting crushed, but Boopkins takes the hit.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Boopkins is back, baby!
Anyway, Meggy's about to be put into the machine when they bring Desti. Desti breaks out, and then they escape. However, they do get cornered into a room. Actually, I feel like turning into an Inkling would be very easy with those handcuffs on, and probably be a lot more faster because, I mean, you'd be able to slide out of them easier, right?
Hello?
That's probably nothing.
Maggie is confused why Destiny is helping them. Tell me my love triangle theory is not right. Anyway, they go to get Axel.
Your rent's due, motherfucker!
The rest of the cartel tries to fight them off, while Buchan's dad fights Godzilla.
Gonna kill you and then...
Hi, how are you?
Thanks to Mario's distraction, they're able to get the upper hand on Godzilla, and Buchan's dad beats him. Anyway, after getting Godzilla off their back, they reach Anime Island and are ready to storm it. Meanwhile, the girls are fighting off the cartel when...
Fish girls!
The pen is now at 70%. Luckily, our hero Axel is here to save the day. Well, I guess not all of us can be heroes anyway. They're all kidnapped again, and Maggie is put into the machine. Next episode, they get ready to storm the beaches of Anime Island. The gang is quite nervous, though.
Oh, God!
Luigi! What did I do? Mamma mia! Yippee! Yummy! Oh yeah!
Chris explains the plan.
Okay guys, 30 seconds. The moment the boats land, be quick on your feet and clear the bunkers, and most importantly, get the hell off the beach. Good luck, and may God be with you.
Everyone's a bit nervous about the landing, though.
Because I'm scared.
Me too.
The door swings open, and they immediately get sprayed on. You know, on one hand, this is a very serious event, but on the other hand, they're being attacked by anime characters. SMG4 in a nutshell. Mario and SMG4 start making their way to the bunker.
We're all gonna die! War never changes.
They get to a point where barbed wire is blocking the way, and no one can get past the point.
Mario's die.
You're gonna die!
There!
Well, that's the most stupid but well-executed plan I've ever seen. Meanwhile, Chris and Swag are taking down some anime characters on their own. Chris tells everybody to get to the bunker, but...
Chris, this can't be real. Whose mom am I going to make fun of?
Cough. I'm fine. Kick their asses for me.
Swag goes absolutely crazy and goes through the bunker real fast.
Need some help.
Thanks, Grum.
Bruh, you're not so bad yourself.
Grum.
Bruh, off to kill anime. Off to kill anime. La 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 la.
Chris is injured, but they're able to heal him. But the most important thing is they got to the trenches and to Francis's bunker. Well, that's probably very painful, though I have seen Final Destination. There are way worse ways to get your insides sucked out. Francis is warned about the intruders and sends everything to stop them. Axel and Dusty warn Francis that if they keep this up, they could possibly kill Meggy, but he doesn't really care.
Yes! Try nothing.
Eventually, he goes to take on the crew by himself. Anyway, the others are making their way through the base.
Angel, you the sexy.
Steve, where the fuck did you come from? However, they encounter the frog himself.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
It's at this point that they realize their mistake. Axel was not the bad guy. Francis was. Anyway, to keep them occupied, he summons the one-winged angel himself, Sephiroth. Dusty has a plan to get them out of their restraints. Since Axel knows a lot about anime, he can create a distraction for Mewtwo. However, he doesn't think there's a point, and that they're going to lose, and there's nothing they can do. Dusty, however, is disgusted by this statement, saying that the reason Meggy has the dignity to be called her rival is because whenever she's knocked down, she gets back up, and is ready to fight again, yet Axel is willing to give up so easily.
You are wise, emo fish girl.
I'm not emo! I'm not emo, folks, okay?
If that voice clip sounds familiar, yes, that is what inspired Professor Magikarp's voice. I am not emo! I am Professor Magikarp, the greatest scientist ever! What are you doing? Enough of that, let's get back to the anime arc. Axel starts making fun of Mewtwo in order to rage bait it into letting him and Dusty out. And also makes him destroy the machine. They're about to free Meggy, but the others need help, so she tells them to go help them first. Anyway, it's not looking good for our heroes.
No! No, no, no! Give my pen back! Why are you so mean to me?
They're able to get the pen back, but Francis created Sephiroth, so he's still under his control.
Get that motherfucker!
You can't stop me!
Dusty fights off Sephiroth, but unfortunately loses the pen and Francis gets it back. They tried to take it back, but Sephiroth's in the way, so they need a distraction.
そっち行ったわよ。はいはい。いつでも OK よ。は？わ？いい加減にしなさい。
落ち着け、この野郎！見たいのか、ボケ！
What?
Get over here!
It works, and they're able to take out Sephiroth.
Yeah! Kiss up!
Go easy.
And the gang celebrates as they finally... In the next episode, they're holding Destiny's corpse. Fortunately, they don't have time to mourn as Francis decides, if one Sephiroth wasn't enough, how about 100? So he summons 100 Sephiroths to fight our crew. Ugh, why is Sephiroth running like that? Psycho tries to take out Francis, but... the rest of the gang is surrounded, and it's looking kind of hopeless. Francis does offer Psycho the chance to join his team and be a waifu on his island. Okay, Psycho, I would not recommend you taking that deal.
Yeah, it's wrong, and she'd be betraying her friends.
No, because she might end up on a list.
Oh yeah, that too.
Psycho obviously doesn't accept and says she would rather die. Right. This completes Psycho's character development that we have been seeing throughout this arc. But more on that later. Francis is about to kill the cast, but guess who shows up?
Prepare for trouble.
And make it double.
To protect the world from devastation.
To unite all people within our nation.
Hey, we don't have time for this. Fire.
They start firing at the Sephiroth army and are able to take them all down.
Bruh.
Run.
Would you two stop making out and go get Francis?
Guys, I am not gay.
Is this where the no homo jokes come from? Francis tries to draw more Sephiroths, but...
What? Francis! Out of ink?
No, of course not.
Axel goes after Francis, but then Psycho hits Francis with her hammer, and then the rest of the crew gets the chance to absolutely kick the shit out of him.
Target locked.
However, before they can teach Francis his lesson, the tank cracks.
Oh, yes! Oh, no! What does that mean? Huh?
You should have gone for the head.
He has summoned Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
No, my baby.
You asked, we were gonna go go-karting with that tank.
Francis tells him to just leave, but SMG4 claps back by saying, we're either leaving with Meggy or not leaving at all.
Bring it on, old man!
Ooga booga. Goku, look at me, you stupid bitch.
Stop right there!
Oh.
Goku defeats the cast, but Axel is missing.
For justice and anime! Bad!
Francis tries to get Goku to fight Axel, but Tori challenges him to a game. You know, I'm imagining that happening in the actual Dragon Ball. Yes, I have reached Super Saiyan mode. Now I can destroy you all! Yeah, but I bet you can't beat me in the game. I'll show you! Unfortunately, Francis used all the ink, and now he doesn't have any more left.
Hey, Stinky!
Well, excuse me.
Ooh, Mario's Tunnel of Doom.
まだまだ行くわよ
This is a dark day for the Tori X Psycho ships. Meggy tells Axel to use the machine to power up the pen.
パパッとやっつけちゃって
He's reluctant, but they don't really have a choice. So he turns on the machine. Oh no, you can tell how serious this is. It's shaking the black bars to tell how serious this moment is. Francis decides to tell Goku to blow up the machine to stop them. He does blow up the machine, but Inkweaver is now at 100% again.
Whoa! Mamma mia!
Francis says there's nothing they could summon that could possibly beat Super Saiyan God Goku. However, there is one thing that can.
Wow.
Oh. Well. It's not possible. No one's ever been able to call him.
Only if you're Inkweaver's true master.
Hi, how are you?
Get him, Shaggy.
Fuck you, Goku!
This is funny, but it also makes me feel really old because of how freaking old this meme is. God. Though, it is cool that they brought this full circle. Goku's distracted, so they turn their eyes to Francis.
Peace.
The pretty isn't going to have to meet.
無理費は後でもらうわよ。誰かあんたなんかに海軍でも何でも。
Psycho takes Francis to one of the sucking devices and gives him a taste of his own medicine. Despite us never really seeing his body, this is the last we do see of Francis, except for like one other time. But I kind of wish they did bring him back, because I feel like you could have done some stuff with that. That's like there's this one person that did, and maybe I'll make a review on that. Let me know if you would like it. Realizing he's in a fight he can't win, Goku decides just to self-destruct. Luckily, Shaggy is able to get the whole crew out in time.
Oh no! Very bad!
He rescues all the Inklings, but then Mario realizes that Meggy isn't there.
Shaggy!
You know, I wasn't kidding when I said this arc became a standard for Glitch. It proved that they could tell it proved that they could tell deep stories like this, especially with a series like SNG4, and this would help them with their next show, Meta Runner, and eventually would lead to the Glitch we know, the one that made Murder Drones, Digital Circus, Knights of Guinevere, and all that other stuff. And it is this moment that made Glitch Productions. But I can ruin it, though.
There goes Hawaii, there goes Hawaii, oh there goes Hawaii, the island is gone, there goes Hawaii.
They think Meggy is dead, but Shaggy brings a silhouette back to the boat.
Oh yeah.
Mamma mia! No!
Hey, don't worry, Meggy. Transitioning is very normal in today's world. Oh, wait, you're talking about becoming human. Yeah, that is weird. Basically, it drained her of all of her ink, so she's no longer an Inkling, she's human. I don't know how that makes sense, but apparently it does. But hey, the arc's over. Let's just give Destiny a 1-up and go on more wacky adventures. I mean, it's not like she actually died. Yep, she actually died. She's not going to be revived. She doesn't come back later. She's gone. SMG4 apparently didn't want to kill her off, feeling bad for making the fans feel sad, but he did it anyway, and I feel like that was the right call, despite this death being quite outdated compared to the other deaths on this show, which I'll talk about later. Meggy sheds a tear for the person that was her enemy at the start and became her friend at the end.
You have to get back up. That's what she told me. No matter what, always get back up. She learned it from you.
Luckily for Meggy, she doesn't have to go through this alone. Her friends are here for her, and if she needs them, they will be there.
Oh.
Yeah, Yahoo!
That's so nice.
We see our friends salute their fallen comrade, and Meggy promises to win Splatfest. Despite being controversial in the community, I do have to say, in my opinion, this is one of the best arcs in SMG4. It has its issues, it has its problems, but it's still probably my favorite arc. As one of my favorite characters would say,
That was absolute cinema!
A lot of controversy that surrounds this arc comes from older and newer fans, since a lot of the older fans don't like the newer story-heavy ones and more like the comedic episodes. In fact, I was in the SMG4 Discord server, and I did an interview with one of these anime arc haters. For your enjoyment, here is our discussion. Beginning of the end for me was the anime arc. Hey, I'm actually doing a review on the anime arc for my YouTube channel. Can you elaborate? Sure, I'd love to. I could rant about it all day. Do you know about the production background of it as well? 'Cause they have talked about it in a few videos. Yeah, I believe they had 2 arc ideas and then decided to combine the 2. Yeah, they were going to do a Boopkins arc focused on the cartel and a Meggy arc focused on Splatfest. But they didn't have enough ideas to make 2 arcs, and ended up combining them. So you're saying because they combined them both, these ideas collapsed on each other? It's part of the problem for me, but a small problem compared to everything else. I think they could have made a similar arc like the Bob arc, focused on a character and not a general thing. Okay, I see. Thanks. 'Cause here's another thing to remember. Up until 2018, SMG4 was still a channel of random nonsense. Shitposting. Every week you could wind down, turn off your brain with low-stake comedy. Oh, you're saying this is the arc that led to more serious storytelling and ended the random nonsense on SMG4. Yeah, Waluigi had a few serious moments, but it knew when to take itself seriously and when not to. Bob arc was a little more dramatic, but it was also more of a slice-of-life thing that addresses AP controversial characters. A lot of people hate Bob with a passion back then. It made him more likable for many. Okay, I think what he's trying to say is that Bob was a very hated character before the Bob arc, and this arc made him more of a likable character among the community. So, anybody have anything good to say about the anime arc for my research? Here's another thing that's a problem, and I hate to say it because I loved her character back then, but Meggy's arc really changed it even further. And this is why I still think this arc should have been separated still. Meggy's feelings about Splatfest come out of nowhere. At most, they really talk about her Splatfest goals in Splatoon videos, but for a majority of the year, it really doesn't matter. So, it's wild to make it the biggest part of Meggy's story to the emotional degree that they did. Like I said, SMG4 has always presented things as low-stake comedy, and even Meggy and Splatfest, the most they mention in over the years is for jokes, where Meggy goes into shoot first, questions later mode. And now we're supposed to feel bad and serious about something that only ever mattered in 2 videos? This is such a weird tone shift that turned me and a lot of fans away for a bit. Now let me say, I like it when comedy gets deep. There is plenty of good shows that have deep episodes that mesh really well with the status quo. And even when they break the status quo, it's in a way that doesn't take you out of it. Like the episode of Family Guy where Stewie and Brian are locked in a safe and Stewie finds out Brian seriously wants to end it. Or South Park episode where Stan has to confront growing up with and losing his friends. SMG4, for a total of 8 years, by this point had presented itself as a slowly low-stake shitpost comedy, and even the deeper moments were matched the tone of what was established. Meggy was already an unlikable character for many, with how her character seems to be perfect at everything in a channel where the joke is that everyone sucks. So giving her a serious character arc definitely hurts anime arc for me and a lot of people. Yes, thanks. This will help my video very well. Oh, good. The next big problem for me is Destiny, and the problem is simple. The first serious character death going to a character who barely has any screen time, and thus was the death of least concern. Prior to the anime arc, Destiny was only in 1 video, Splatoon 2. They established her as a new rival who has just met Meggy, and didn't bring her back until the arc where she died, where they also made her a redeemed friend of Meggy for like 2 videos. However, there is also a lot of people that liked the anime arc. Nick Rick Games, who got the number 7 spot on my top 10 glitch songs list, you should go watch that, said, and I quote, "Best arc in the series, honestly. Best character usage, best pacing, an evil villain that wasn't a misunderstood guy, that everyone begged for a second chance in the end. The end felt like a proper send-off to Destiny, as well as Meggy's OG design." I agree with his thoughts. It does also introduce his favorite character, Axel. Speaking of which, let's get to the characterization. SMG4 is the first one who really gets character development, as he helps Ass ban anime thinking he's doing the right thing, but when Psycho gets banned and is forced to leave the Mushroom Kingdom, he stands his ground and agrees to help Psycho get back in and stop Ass. He drawed the line when they were banning actual people, especially people he cares about. this is something I don't think carries on to modern SMG4, but we'll get to that when we get to that. It does show that he does care about his friends and that he is willing to fight for them. Like when Axel was being accused of kidnapping Meggy and he fully believed that he was not guilty. By the way, I just realized this. This is divided based off of where they were in the arcs before. All the people that were training for Splatfest are on Team Axel's guilty, and all the ones that think he's innocent went to Japan. I don't know why it took me that long to know this. Unfortunately, Boopkins doesn't really get that much character development. I don't really think he got what he deserved with the Rapper Bob arc, so I kind of wish they would have done more with him. And going back to what the critics said, if this was split into 2 arcs, like it was supposed to be, he would have gotten that character development like Bob. However, he does have good qualities here, wanting to help Psycho get back to the Mushroom Kingdom and stop the anime ban. For personal reasons, A, because he likes anime, and 2, one of his friends needs help. I do kind of wish we could have seen a Boopkins arc. As much as he's annoying, Boopkins is still a lovable character, and I wish to see more of him. Unfortunately, we don't really get that. Mario also doesn't get that much character development except for the rooftop scene, and it's clear that he does really care about Meggy. There's a reason that ship exists and why it's so popular, because they do really care about each other and want to help one another. And Mario is willing to go to great lengths to help Meggy through tough times, as seen on the rooftop and at Destiny's funeral. Psycho doesn't really get that much character development in this arc, but she really got a lot in the other arcs. Honestly, doing these reviews has kind of gotten me a new enlightenedness to Psycho's character. I always thought she was kind of waste potential on the series, but after looking at the past 3 arcs and knowing all the other storylines she gets, I kind of have to change my mind. Psycho got a lot. In fact, I'm going to do the Kaizo storyline soon. 1, so I can compare it to the Lawsuit arc, because it did so many things better than the Lawsuit arc. But also, Psycho gets really good character development in this show, and I never realized that. Psycho was created by Fishy Boopkins to be his girlfriend, but she was very much attention-seeking, and had a bit of an ego and jealousy. However, Luigi helps her through this and helps her become a better person. So much so that she actually helped fight Waluigi. And then in the Rapper Bob arc, this is tested, where she has a meeting with Boopkins, wondering if they're still friends, and she says, yes, we are. And it's tested when she joins Bob for more attention, and then realizes what Bob did, and she hops on. She joins the others. And then while this arc is more about her trying to get back into the Mushroom Kingdom, we do see this character development play out in the anime arc. She sticks up for Axel when he's being accused. And when Francis says, hey, I could let you live on this island, and old Psycho might have taken that offer because she just wants attention. She wants to be noticed, and she would have. But the new Psycho cares about only her friends, and she would not let Francis live after what he did, which I don't know if she did kill him or not. Again, that's up in the air. I personally don't think she did because nobody, I don't think they're dead. Axel's character is really hard for me to explain. He grew up alone and only had anime to comfort him, so he created a pen to create real-life anime. And then he meets the cast and learns that anime is banned, so he goes to the Mushroom Kingdom to try to unban it. However, he gets quite annoyed that they're not staying on task, but he kind of grows attached to everybody. Because you can tell that he really grew up non-social. He really doesn't connect with people because he never really had friends. But then he got friends. And then he learned from them. When he loses his pen, he thinks it's all over. But then Destiny is the one that says, when you get down, you just have to get back up. And he does. And when it comes to it, he got what he always wanted. Friends. Not by a pen, but actual friends. I don't really know how to describe his character development in this arc, but let me know in the comments down below what you think his character was, because I'm not really doing it justice. Destiny was introduced and Mario was in Splatoon 2. She was kind of just a sassy rival to Meggy, and there was nothing more about that until she got kidnapped. In the second part, while she disliked Meggy, she also kind of respected her. Like she says, despite all the time she knocked her down, she kept getting back up and defeated her. She was actually given a lot of character in this arc, and I bet a lot of you were hoping that she would eventually and she'd be a full member of the cast. However, that was not meant to be. She dies in the end, with her final words being for Meggy to win the next Splatfest. There's a couple controversial things with this, because after they did this, a lot of the arcs felt like they had to sacrifice something to make the story have more impact. And honestly, I really don't like that. Like, arcs should be something we should be excited for, not something we should be worried about because we're about to lose one of our favorite characters. And unfortunately, that was the route they took. Luckily, they kind of calmed down for that eventually, but it's still really sad that that's the route they went by. Ultimately, I do think this is a very positive thing, because like I said, the fact that they killed off Destiny and made the story more impactful proved that Glitch knew how to tell good stories, and personally, that's what made the anime arc so interesting. The fact that Glitch was willing to go this far for just a stupid show about memes and Mario humping spaghetti, and this would go into their future projects like Meta Runner, Sunset Paradise, and the shows they made with others like Digital Circus and Murder Drones. This decision affected Glitch themselves. Also, while we lost one character, we gained character development for another. Meggy was not involved at the start of the arc, she just trained for Splatfest, but she had a breakdown thinking that she was worthless because she couldn't win a Splatfest. A single one. But Mario comforted her and got her confidence back. This showed how much of a strong girl she was, even on her lowest point that she could get back up, like Destiny said. And then, in the second part, she gets kidnapped, held against her will, and eventually seems one of her friends died. Now, I know that sounds like a very quick summary of Meggy, because she didn't really get that much during this arc. It's because this one set up a lot of character development for Meggy. And while I could be annoyed of how much character development Meggy got, there's a reason she got her own show. She is a very amazing character. And also, after this, she felt different. Normally, I would say this is flanderization, and I don't really like that. This time, I think it works, because Meggy came out of this a different person, and it feels like she kind of earned that. Even though it's something she did not want to earn. She was mentally distraught by the death of Meggy, and I will get to that in the next video. But this would change Meggy, and we will have to see where that turns out. Overall, I still think the anime arc is peak cinema. It has its flaws, but it's still one of the best arcs on SMG4 with its storytelling and character development. And it pushed lines that would make the SMG4 show and Glitch Productions themselves the juggernauts, the great shows that they are. the great titans that they are today. Why is it so hard to form a sentence? However, after this, Meggy had a mission to win Splatfest in memory of Destiny. And we will see that next time, because Meggy has a destiny.
An ultimate attack.
So, they went to Ass Headquarters. Headquarters, what? Francis believes that Axel is unworthy of the plane. After getting Godzilla off their back. Oh my god. Can't talk. Anyway, Quiz. Really? Chris. I know someone named Chris. Why can I not pronounce Chris? Francis. Oh my god, why can I not pronounce names? Oh my god. I want everyone to know I'm having trouble with this recording, and I'm probably gonna have to record it when I make the video, but oh Jesus Christ. This might be the worst recording session. The bloopers are gonna be very amazing. It also destroys the controller and stops this. Fuck me. Anyway, Quiz. Why was I saying Quiz? It's Chris. Fuck. It's because I'm saying it so fast. Apparently, SMG. Oh, you fuckings. She was created by Fishy Bookins to be his boyfriend. Gender confusion. What the fuck?